Oh my God, PSA changed the prices again. Surprise, surprise. Good morning, guys. How you doing? It's 12 o'clock, should be lunchtime. Hope you're enjoying your lunch break. Thanks for watching me on your lunch break. If you are, I appreciate you. Today's video is gonna be about grading companies. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you. If you liked the video already in the first couple seconds here, like the video for me. It really helps me out. I appreciate you guys as always. Let's get started. Wow, guys. Huge news today. I want to talk about it. So, interesting. PSA. The evil empire strikes again, guys. My thoughts on this. They're going to do whatever the heck they want. Why? Because we keep grading with them. Who's our favorite grading company to grade with? It's PSA. Which slab holds 100% of the value? It's PSA. Which grading company fetches the most? PSA. It's always PSA. It's our fault. We love PSA. Listen, are they consistent? Not really. Are they exact? Not really. Do they have subgrades? Not really. Why do we love them so much? Because they haven't ever had a scandal. They've had scandals. I don't know. We put these guys at the top of the grading world. We refuse to buy anyone else's slab, sure. I love the red. I think the design's great. But to me, I've kind of realized that it's really about buying the card. Don't buy the grade. Don't buy the grading company. Buy the card. It goes back to collecting what you love. Collect what you love. Buy what you like. Buy the card. Don't just buy the grading company. I know it was a little bit of a rant, but the topics today. I want to talk a little bit more about PSA and my thoughts on it, but I really want to detail the other grading companies and just my opinions and thoughts on them. Nothing past what I think about them. Listen, I am a victim of the same thing of I say buy what you like and buy the card, not the grade. I will buy other grading companies, but the tools that we have that give us the comps for the cards, the problem is that they're not as accurate as what we see for a PSA slab. I will give PSA that they are very matter of fact. PSA is usually exact. If I have a PSA 10 of a modern card, what I like about that is that I know the price. It will fluctuate up and down, absolutely. But there isn't much question on, okay, what's out there and listed that's different from what I see from sold? What is the subgrade on this one that's stronger here or stronger there? Like, I like subgrades personally, but it definitely adds in an additional variable, being that there's usually 4 subgrades that can throw off a card or make someone request more for a card. Let's kind of get into it, right? PSA is king. There's no doubt. You know, look, if PSA would just keep the prices the same, if PSA would just not do this crazy stuff and try to monopolize it and make us feel like we have to grade with them, which we do and we still do. If PSA could shorten their turnaround times, if PSA could actually have a phone number we could call to speak to a human instead of sending an email out and praying and hoping for the best that they're gonna keep our valuables and send them to the right place or, you know, do the correct thing with our cards, then I would think a lot higher of them. I'm not dissing PSA, if you will, but what I am saying is that there's a lot of inconsistencies to where I go with the trend and I keep PSA slabs because people like PSA slabs, but it brings a lot of questions and thoughts as to why the heck do we put them on such a pedestal? Like, why do we love them so much? I personally don't understand it, right? All right, so that's the inconsistencies with PSA, right? But we're still gonna keep buying them. One of my biggest problems with PSA is that they don't respect vintage. They pop control vintage and they try to keep the market in the sense of where we can't get 10s on vintage, even if it's really clean. I know that if I have a perfect vintage card, I'm probably getting a PSA 9, most likely a PSA 8 or 7 for some BS reason, right? If I send a card that's pretty clean, that's vintage to CGC, I'm probably getting a 10. Not a gold label 10, but I'm probably getting a white label 10. And to me, like, I would rather have a card that's a 10 than a card that's an 8 just because it's graded by PSA. Like, I don't know. I always want the higher grade. I don't know why there's numericals involved that make some of these cards worth more money. Perfect example, right? Let's detail on Beckett really quick. I own a BGS 8.5 Charizard, right? The last sale is $33K. The last sale of a PSA 8 first edition Charizard is like 40, 42K. Make it make sense. Like, we're talking a 25% increase just because it's a grading company with different employees grading it. It's not AI. It's not like Tag who has AI. It's people grading these. So the inconsistencies kind of don't make any sense to me. So to me, like, an 8.5 Beckett should be worth more than a PSA 8. But again, I understand the concept here that PSA is king and we put PSA on the pedestal and there's nothing that I or anybody else can do about it unless we riot, unless we protest, unless we stop grading with PSA, which just isn't gonna happen, guys. So the reality of it is that until we do something about it, it is what it is. We just have to accept it. But I'm gonna keep buying the card for my personal collection, all right? In my vending inventory, I tend to keep PSA. It moves faster, it's more liquid. Sorry. If the collectors would buy different grading companies, we would keep different grading companies. But this is all an ecosystem of our own fault that we've created. We've given PSA all the railroads in Monopoly. We have given them all 4 angles of the railroad. There's really not much we can do. We have given this to them. We have put them on the pedestal. We have given PSA Boardwalk in Monopoly, and they are monopolizing the entire industry. And they just bought out Beckett, and now we're in this spot of confusion and concern, and where do we go from here, right? Okay, rant over about PSA. I know I got into it. Let's talk about some of the other grading companies, right? Side note, I do like PSA. I just wish they were more consistent and grade a little bit faster. There's nothing more fun than when I get my grades back and I get to see that little Pizza Hut tracker, and I like flipping my grades. I think it's a great system, but you know, just get more consistent. Care about the collector, and they would just continue to just dominate all, right? All right, grading companies. Let's talk about Beckett. Bought by PSA, the collectors or whatever it is, the people. I like Beckett. I graded my base set Charizard that I hit with Beckett. I think Beckett's clean. I like the gold labels a little bit better than the silver. Let me show you a Beckett card that I have. Proof. This is my Beckett 9 Charizard base set. I pulled this card myself. I graded it with Beckett. Why? Because I felt that I had a better chance to get a higher grade that it deserved. I knew if I sent this card to PSA, they'd give me like a 7 or 8, even though it was pack fresh. But if I sent it to Beckett, I felt I had the best chance at a 9 or maybe a 9.5. I liked Beckett more than CGC before they got bought out by PSA, but now it kind of terrifies me a little bit. I don't really want to get involved in grading with them because I don't know what's going to happen from here. I don't know what's going to happen to their slabs, but to me, like, I love this card and I'm going to keep this card, and I'm not going to crack it and put it into another kind of grading company. It's going to stay as a Beckett. All right, CGC. Personally, I'm not a CGC hater. I think CGC slabs are pretty clean. I really do like the clear aspect of it. The blue used to be a little nostalgic when they had the blue label, and I really liked water Pokemon in the blue label. The Blastoises, the Vaporeons, like that. I thought that those kind of Pokemon looked great in a CGC blue label. Ever since they switched to the white and the pristine, okay, the pristine is one of the best grades in the grading atmosphere. And I think it's a gorgeous concept. I love the gold. If CGC didn't have this whole prototype scandal, I really think that they would have done big things in this atmosphere. But the problem is they kind of shot themselves in the foot. Here's what I think. CGC is great if you have vintage that you think PSA is going to cook you on. Grade with CGC if you think PSA is going to cook you. If you want to keep the card for your PC and you want a higher grade, absolutely grade with CGC. And the reason why is because you're going to get a fair grade with CGC. The pristine label, if you somehow hit a pristine label, it looks fantastic. All right? I'll flat out say it. Gold stars, I think they look better in pristine labels than PSA 10s. I love that gold concept, okay? CGC, another great point to, circle around. Errors. If I have anything that's an error, it is going right to CGC. If I have an alignment dot, it's going to CGC. If I have a miscut, it's going to CGC. CGC is going to grade it, they're going to label it properly, and it's going to get the respect that it deserves. CGC for errors, nothing else. I don't want an MC, OC, PSA. I don't want that. Beckett, nope. Tag, AI is going to say, nah, you cut this yourself with a scissor. So, nope, I'm going to stick to CGC if I have errors. That's CGC. I don't hate it. I don't have any PC slabs to really have a leg to stand on, but I don't hate it. If I had a clean vintage card that I thought had no shot at any kind of PSA 10, 9, and maybe get an 8, I would just send it to CGC. Don't care. That's CGC for me. All right, tag. So look, tag to me is one of the best concepts since I got into this space. And the reason why is I think the inconsistencies with human graders is a problem for Pokemon cards, okay? It's a problem for grading any kind of card, sports card, whatever. I don't like that someone else's eye can revolve around if they had a cup of coffee or woke up on the wrong side of the bed for the day. If they graded my cards in the morning and they're having a bad morning, maybe they had a good afternoon and they decided to grade someone else's cards better than mine. It is a whirlwind. It is never consistent with PSA, and with tag, at least it is a machine doing it. I've heard rumors that they're gonna put tag grading machines in stores and card shops and you can pay money to have your card graded right away. Like, I think that's sick. So to me, like, tag, it's clean, absolutely, but it's not ready. When people bring me tag slabs, unless it's like a higher end card, I really try to avoid it. I'm just not ready for it, and that's my vendor mind speaking, right? If it's something that I want for my PC, like, I'll consider it. I don't have any of them right now. I have no leg to stand on with tag. I'm not saying that it's a bad company. I just don't have any. I have no stake in the game. I'm not gonna speak badly on it when it comes to my PC. But when it comes to vending liquidity, tag does not fit my profile and my repertoire of what I offer to the collectors at card shows. Just not what I do. Could it be in the future? Absolutely. But I'm not ready to crown it as I'm gonna keep this in my inventory unless it's a bigger card and there are actual comps on it. I only want cards with actual comps on it, okay? That's really where I stand. Otherwise it gets hard. But everything has a price, everything has a number. I will never turn anything away if the number's right, okay? So keep that in mind. That's vendor Nick speaking, right? PC, I don't really try to haggle much on things for my PC. If I want it for my PC, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't try to say, oh, I need it for like 85%. No, I need it for my PC, not for a percentage. I don't need to make money on it. It is staying with me forever. That's how I feel about PC. Okay, so to detail that, tag, cool company, great concept. I think it has a future. I don't think it's ready yet. They got to work on the slabs and not make them so easy to open. Once that's done, because I know that's a big problem, you can just open them with your hands. Once that's gone, they fix the quality control. The AI gets sharp, and it's making common sense grades that are consistent. I'm all in. I think AI grading is a great future. And guys, that's really my opinion on the current state of the grading companies right now. PSA, Evil Empire, we're gonna keep grading with them. I still think you should buy the card, not the grade. Liquidity-wise, PSA is king. CGC, errors only, all right? If you have a vintage card that you think is gonna get cooked by PSA, just send it to CGC. They're gonna grade it fairly. Beckett, kind of dead in the water, got bought by PSA. I don't know what's gonna happen to Beckett slabs. I don't know what's gonna happen to the black label. I think the black label is fantastic, but I know I didn't really detail that before, but that's not really what the video is about, right? It's about the company and what it does. Black label is cool. It's less than 1% per slab in the economy of cards that are graded. So you sell black labels, you don't buy them. You know what I mean? You hit them and you sell them. That's what happens. Tag, not ready. Gonna have a great future, has a very bright future. Fix the quality control. I think it'll rock out. Those are the four main. If I were to rank them in order of what I would want really fairly right now, and I know that my PC is Beckett, but I'm gonna rank this honestly. PSA number 1, ugh. CGC number 2, Tag number 3, Beckett number 4. I don't care about any other grading companies. AGS, nothing. SGC, dead in the water, sports only. That's really where I'm at. So guys, that's today's video. If you liked the video, like the video. Do me that favor, it really helps me out. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Guys, video number 12 here, right? You have till the 20th video to comment on a video. You need to comment 2 separate times. Tell me what you learned from one of my videos before the 20th video, and I will enter you into the binder giveaway. It is a Prismatic Evolutions binder collection. I'm gonna give it away to one lucky winner. The way that I'm doing it is I'm taking a note of who comments on the videos, and once you get to 2, I'm gonna give you an entry. I'm gonna do a wheel. I'm just gonna spin it. I'll take a video of it. I'll put it onto the YouTube on the 21st video or whatever. Spin it, show you who wins. We'll ship out the binder collection free of charge. Just send me your address. We'll get you rocking out. trying to pump out 2 videos a week. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys. That's how I feel about the grading companies. Maybe something will change. Who knows? We got to change first. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Nikki Cards.